Our story begins in a bougie suburb of Winnetka, Illinois, as the camera pans in from above and provides a nice establishing shot of a massive 3-story brick house. And here comes our protagonist walking down the sidewalk, a middle-aged Macaulay Culkin clad in a school uniform small enough to fit an actual child. And to top it off in quite a literal sense, atop his head he wore a dark and light gray striped propeller cap, its pinwheel spinning in the cool autumn breeze as the boy skipped merrily home from school. Again, I should reiterate that the boy in question was a 45-year-old man, and that he had just spent the day at Orc J Simpson Elementary School doing long division and shit. Presently he arrived at his childhood home, the one he had defended from those dastardly wet bandits all those many moons ago, only to find a sticky note stuck to the front door.
Going out for cigarettes and /or milk, whichever takes longer. Don't wait up. Like, Dad. P.S. Make sure you take Frodo out for his walk before he shits all over the carpet again.
After a long moment spent fumbling with his keys, the boy unlocked the door and stepped inside. Almost immediately, his foot stomped down right on a fat, steaming turd, one of several dozen presently scattered across the living room carpet. Only one thing to do at a time like this, the boy figured. So he squinted his eyes, raised his eyebrows, and gave a big old duck-lipped smile to the camera. Then he rushed to his room, tiptoeing around the veritable minefield of dookie as he did so. And he, the boy, in a manner very unbefitting of a 45-year-old man, retrieved his secret stash of edibles from under his bed. Like, he didn't need to hide them, he was literally a grown-ass man. Either way, he zoomed back to the living room, plopped down on the piss-soaked couch, and flicked on the telly as he wolfed down 3 whole brownies like some sort of canine creature that eats quickly. A jackal, perhaps.
Hi, I'm Chuck Thunderfuck, coming at you live with Channel 69 News. We have just received a tornado warning from the National Weather Service, and boy, let me tell you, it's a big one. We now go to our eyes and ears on the scene, meteorologist supreme Jack Link with the exclusive scoop.
The TV now displayed live footage from just outside the boy's house, as a giant fucking tornado ravaged the town in the background. The boy shrugged before taking a bite from another edible.
Well, Chuck, I'm here in this bougie little Winnetka suburb that is currently being ravaged by the tornado. This thing is swallowing up houses whole, throwing all sorts of detritus around, and...
The boy proceeded to watch a POV of the cameraman getting sucked up by the tornado and hurled into the troposphere like Team Rocket, only to plummet to his demise 2 miles away. Though the feed conveniently cut back to Chuck Thunderfuck in the newsroom moments before impact with the ground.
This truly is a natural disaster, the likes of which will leave this town in tatters. Coming up next, are your children eating psychedelic mushrooms on pizza? Find out more about this hot new culinary trend right after these messages. Tired of all the gunk and grime buildup all up inside your bongs and bong accessories? Hi, Billy Mays here to tell you all about Grunge Off Bong Cleaner. Simply pour some of this nice blue liquid into your dirty piece, shake it up a little bit, and before you can say Baba Booey, it gets the grunge right off.
All of a sudden, the TV signal cut out, the lights flickered off, and the boy's ears rang with the sound of Frodo's incessant barking, drawing his attention to the fully loaded news van that had evidently been flung by the tornado through the wall and into the living room. The boy hadn't even noticed the initial impact, but presently he flashed his iconic duck-lip shit-smeared smirk to the camera once again, as the entire house was forcefully uprooted from its foundation. And next thing the boy knew, the place this young child had called home for 45 years was being flung haphazardly through the air. In a panic, he peered out the gaping, news van-shaped hole in the wall, only to find a bunch of random stop signs and cows and buses and shit flying by. An old man in a wizard hat and scrubs could be seen riding a bicycle out there as well.
I'll be important for the plot later.
Suddenly, the house jerked to one side and launched the boy across the room. An airborne arc which ended abruptly as he smashed head first into the granite countertop and crumpled to the floor like the soggy napkin of a man he was. The boy awoke several hours later in a daze. His forehead now had a considerable dent, but otherwise he felt okay. Confusion rattled the boy's splintered psyche as he gazed out at his new surroundings in awe and wonder. For the entire world had just transitioned from black and white to full technicolor before his very eyes. The greens, blues, and browns of the forest he now found himself in, tickling his corneas with sensations the boy had never experienced in all his 45 years. The boy figured he was either bugging off the edibles or he had been magically transported to another realm, or possibly even both, because he was certainly bugging out hardcore at the very least. His visage contorted once again to his iconic smile as the camera zoomed into his eyes, which were so red and bloodshot that they resembled two small apples in his eye sockets.
Hail, young traveler!
A bunch of little gnome creatures emerged from their little mushroom huts and gazed in awe and wonder at the grown-ass man in their midst.
Such a large child! Wiser beyond his years! Could he be the boy of legend?
Yes! See his rainbow-striped pinwheel hat? Just as foretold in the ancient mural.
We must bring this boy before the princess at once!
The boy gazed off at nothing in particular as the gnomes promptly surrounded him.
What's your name, stranger? We gnomish folk have a quest both noble and epic for ye.
The boy picked up one of the gnomes' mushroom houses and started to take large chomps out of it as he continued staring off into the middle distance, seemingly unaware of the gnomes' presence at all. Frodo took a moment to pee on a flower in the background during his next bit.
I like your peeing, but barking.
He's resisting the call to action! Seize him, boys! Right! Your Majesty, we have brought the boy.
Excellent. You are dismissed.
Be gone! Get the fuck out of my throne room now!
The princess grabbed the nearest chair and flung it at the guards.
I must be alone with the boy!
Yes, Princess Lyndee, as you wish. Oh, face we shall.
Anyway, I am honored to be in the presence of the boy of legend himself. I am sure you have many questions about your noble and epic quest, as foretold on this giant mural right behind me.
The totally mentally stable princess stepped aside to provide the boy a better view of the mural in question, which was rather large and contained all the general story beats of The Wizard of Oz. The yellow brick road, the boy meets a scarecrow, some sort of metal man that fucking loves oil, and the beast of the forest. Together, they quest to meet Dr. Octavius Oz, who has the snake oil that solves all their respective problems.
All of these escapades shall be covered in today's tale. You are dismissed.
The boy, in lieu of his iconic duck-lip smile, instead performed his other iconic pose. You know the one, from that scene where he puts on his dad's aftershave? Yeah, he's stripped completely nude and everything. Yeah, he's completely naked for the rest of the story. It's on the mural too, check it out. Thankfully, all unsightly body parts of note were tastefully censored from view by various objects drawn in the foregrounds of all the paintings, both on the mural and in real life.
You are dismissed!
Then the dog Frodo climbed on top of the boy's head and began pulling on the propellers of his iconic propeller hat, just like a Ratatouille scenario, but in real life? And lo, Frodo piloted the boy out of the gnome throne room, back outside to the yellow brick road that awaited them. The other gnomes cheered and threw rice at the boy and Frodo as they continued their gallivant out of the little mushroom village. In strident revelry of the boy of legend, the one destined to show up one day and leave, just as foretold in the ancient mural. The boy who presently looked at the camera once more with that New Jersey Webfest nominated duck lip smirk. The assignment was a simple one. So simple that even a boy could do it. Unfortunately, the boy was not a boy at all. He was 45 and cross-faded out of his fucking mind off the edibles in that one gnome's house. So it was by mere happenstance that he and Frodo proceeded in the right direction at all. They follow the yellow brick road, and were off to see the wizard Dr. Oz, whether the boy was cognizant of the plan or not. The boy stumbled along behind his pet, the dog Frodo, who presently led the charge. They stuck to the road and walked in a straight line through a bright green field. A picturesque landscape that someday might be memorialized as a Magic Rectangle XP stock wallpaper. Grassy green hillocks and clear cyan blue skies for miles in all directions. Let's just say that it was a bad day to be a cloud. Anyway, the boy and his dog followed the road as the surrounding green field cross-faded into some farmland. Cows, horses, pigs, chickens, and ponies and shit could now be seen grazing in the background as a large cornfield came into view. And lo, it was here where one of the unassuming scarecrows stationed about the corn leapt out at them.
Well, hi there, stranger. I'm a fucking talking scarecrow. My name's Robert. What's yours? Why, hello there, Frodo. It's a pleasure to meet you. What brings y'all around these parts? I see. So, this is the boy of legend, and you're heading down to Dr. Oz's sanctum right now. Golly, mind if I tag along? I really do miss being a real boy like your friend here. I was hoping maybe Dr. Oz could do some of that science magic to undo the scarecrow curse he cast on me about 3 months back.
The boy paid no mind to Robert, and instead had jumped a fence to go rutting around in the cow plops out in yonder field. After a good amount of searching about, he found what he sought. Magic mushrooms which grew from the fecal matter strewn about the grass. The boy ate a handful of these shit-speckled shrooms with a flourish, then looked at the camera and smiled his iconic smile. Except now one of his eyes appeared a full inch lower on his face than normal.
I'll take that as a yes. Yippee! We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Dr. Oz.
The boy, the scarecrow, and Frodo skipped merrily along the yellow brick road, directly into the forest. That lush spattering of pines, oaks, and apple trees which so many little woodland critters called home. The birds were chirping, the deer were prancing, and the rabbits, well, they were fucking. As the camera panned over to a 6-foot-tall metal man with rust locking his limbs in place. Looming there, completely motionless right alongside the yellow brick road. And hence, the party stopped to investigate. Well, Robert and Frodo stopped to investigate, while the boy simply stood there and stared at a tree throughout this next exchange. Evidently, the metal man was rusted so bad that even his lips were stuck in place. Only his cold, lifeless, soulless, unblinking eyes remained functional, and presently made obvious sweeping gestures toward the oil can sitting unceremoniously in the grass at his side.
Gosh, I think you're right, Frodo. Mayhaps some oil could lube up this fella's hinges right quick.
And lo, the scarecrow stooped down to retrieve the oil can in question and presently applied some to the mysterious metal man's lips.
I fucking love oil.
You're quite welcome. Now, what's your story, stranger?
I fucking love oil.
So your name is Tin Man, and you got caught up out in the rain and rusted over.
You poor thing!
I fucking love oil.
Of course, friend. Though there's no need to get political about it. I can oil up the rest of your hinges for you right quick. Holy shit, Frodo! That was the single most expressly racist, homophobic, and otherwise problematic sentence ever to be uttered in the land of Oz. If anyone else understood what you just said right now, you'd get canceled on Twitter.scroll for sure.
I fucking love oil.
Why, yes, Tin Man, I'm glad you asked. Frodo, the boy, and I are heading to Dr. Oz's place to get our wishes granted. You can tag along if you'd like.
I would like to turn into a car.
He said as he spontaneously transformed into a car. Now in car form, Tin Man closely resembled an old Ford Model T, except his face was the steering wheel. Robert and Frodo piled inside promptly, and the party was ready to embark, though they had almost forgotten about our beloved main protagonist, the boy, who evidently had wandered off into the woods unsupervised. After several hours of searching, the rest of the group found him floating face down in a nearby pond. The party proceeded along the yellow brick road as the boy, no worse for wear, honked Tin Man's face like a car horn.
I fucking love oil.
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Dr. Oz.
Presently, they came to a fork in the road, though the yellow bricks continued both ways. To their left, a nice, pleasant path full of sentient stuffed bears and butterflies and rainbows and shit. The setting sun on the horizon coloring the sky all sorts of yellows and pinks and purples on a nice, pretty gradient. Lightning crashed in the background for added effect as we pan over to the path on the right, to where a dark, smoky miasma filled the air, shrouding the already dark, evil-looking woods in another layer of darkness.
All right, gang. Looks like we got ourselves a pretty obvious choice here. A nice cruise along the countryside or certain death in those dark woods. All in favor of the left path? Opposed?
I fucking love oil.
What? Why not the pleasant path? Don't those dark woods give you fellas the creeps?
I fucking love oil.
Tin Man, just because the dark woods are dark like oil doesn't mean there's oil in the dark woods. All that's probably in there are some lions and dragons and bears and tigers and goblins and trolls and fucking other stuff that'll eat us. I say we go left. What do you mean, who made me the boss? I'm the only one who can fucking talk. Of course I'm gonna lead.
I fucking love oil.
Before the argument could continue, Tin Man drove himself directly into the dark, oil-colored woods, much to the abhorrence of the Scarecrow, who now sat in silent, begrudging acceptance. The party traversed blindly through the dark and spooky woods. It was so dark in them thar woods that it would make your mama say,
Gee, it's kinda dark. You bring a light?
and then your daddy would turn to the camera and say,
No.
Fortunately for you, dear listener, Tin Man is not your father. So presently, he activated his trusty oil lamp headlights to shed some light on their situation. But alas, the darkness was still positively overwhelming. They had gone from like no sight at all to like 3 feet of viz at most. But that was about it.
Sheesh! It smells like a Snooposaurus Rex concert right now. I say, it's so dank in here, it's almost as if someone or something is continually hotboxing this here forest.
That would be me.
The dragon's booming voice bellowed upon the party from behind. They turned to see a 10-foot-tall dragon leering down at them as he spread his wings wide and blew some of the smoke away with one mighty flap. The party could now see their assailant, a large orange dragon with bloodshot, drooping red eyes, blasting streams of wizard weed smoke from his nostrils with each and every exhale. Dude must have been blasted 24/7, 369, said me, the narrator, currently in my booth.
Now, who dares disturb me?
the mighty Bongzilla, in my neck of the woods.
We were just following the yellow brick road down to Dr. Oz's place is all.
Do you play me for a fool, scarecrow bitch? You're miles away from the yellow brick road. Now tell me why you're really here, before I tear your body of burlap and straw apart, limb from limb.
I fucking love oil.
Ah, the brains of the operation, I see. Now looky here, you newfangled talking car. You ain't laying a goddamn windshield wiper on my oil vape cartridges. Now piss off before I slash 3 of your tires and break your fucking windshield.
I fucking love oil.
How eloquently put, Tin Man, my friend. All is forgiven. How about I join you guys on your quest to see Dr. Oz as well? I would really like to be able to exhale carbon dioxide instead of weed smoke for once.
The party rejoiced as the mighty dragon Bongzilla lifted Tin Man and all of his passengers into the air high above the dark woods, revealing a starry night sky the likes of which made the boy's bloodshot glassy eyes twinkle and sparkle, his pupils dilating to such a degree that his eyes now appeared completely black.
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Dr. Oz.
I fucking love oil.
The boy, Robert, Tin Man, now in man form, Bongzilla, and Frodo stepped into Dr. Oz's lair. The vibe was for sure dark and mysterious. Deep emerald green walls and fog machines abound. The Scarecrow, as one of 2 members of the team able to speak coherently, spoke.
Well, this must be the place. Now, where's that wizard doctor we've heard so much about?
Perhaps he's on lunch break? Or a poopy time break? Or both.
What do you think, Tin Man?
I fucking love oil.
An explosion of smoke and light gave quite the fright to our beloved protagonists, as a colossal hologram of Dr. Oz was projected onto the smoke in the air, complete with pointy wizard hat and scrubs.
Well, 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 if it isn't the boy and his motley crew of friends. I've been expecting you. My name is Octavius, but you may call me Dr. Oz. How may I be of assistance to you today?
Hello, my name's Robert. You turned me into a fucking talking scarecrow about 3 months back, and I was just wondering, maybe you could turn me back into a real boy now?
Very well.
Holy fucking shit, he killed Robert! Reduced to naught but ashes before our very eyes!
That's right. I'm not a benevolent wish granter at all. I'm an MD. That's short for massive dickhead.
The boy did the scream pose at this revelation.
What are you gonna do to us?
Well, Bongzilla, since you asked, I shall expound. I plan to swap brains with the boy. That way, I shall have all my decades of knowledge contained in the young, nubile body of a boy. Indeed. With my brand new brain-o-matic device, I can become immortal.
Dude, he's like 45 years old,
said Frodo.
I shall not be dissuaded any longer. Give me the boy, and I shall grant you each one wish.
I fucking love oil.
Ah, yes, Mr. Tin Man. Oil beyond your wildest dreams could be yours if you give me the boy.
I fucking love oil.
Tin Man, you can't possibly be considering giving up the boy like that. He killed Robert.
Bongzilla, my dear, you must be hungry after such a long journey. You give me the boy, and I'll serve you up the finest munchies money can buy.
Real shit?
I shit you not. I only want the boy. The rest of you are free to go.
What about Robert?
Oh, he's dead. Yeah, sorry.
I mean, like, it's cool, really. I only met the guy today. Honestly, no hard feelings.
I fucking love oil.
Excellent.
Oil and snacks appeared in the sanctum before Tin Man and Bongzilla, respectively. As Tin Man produced a silly straw from within his chest plate and happily began drinking the oil.
Wait, shit. I wanted something else.
Sorry, champ. 1 wish per party member. Them's the rules.
No, rats. Thanks for the snacks.
You're most welcome, Bongzilla.
I fucking love oil.
Oh, yes, Tin Man. I fucking love seeing you fucking loving that oil. Don't think I've forgotten about you, little Frodo. How'd you like your balls back?
The dog nodded vigorously, as if to say, yes, please, holy fuck! The wizard doctor snapped his fingies like Thanos, and the dog's testicles grew back in a flash.
Bark, bark.
And lo, the trio was off. Tin Man, Bongzilla, and Frodo happily absconded from the sanctum with each of their respective wishes fulfilled.
Goodbye, gents. Thanks for selling out your friend like that. Made things really easy for me. I had this whole fucking subplot planned with flying monkeys and opium flowers and all sorts of other crazy shit, but fuck, I guess we're just glossing over this whole goddamn movie at this point. Yes.
I fucking love oil.
What he said.
The door of the sanctum slammed shut behind the trio as Dr. Oz powered down his hologram device and wrung his hands together, evilly.
At long last, I am alone with the boy. Come now, young child. Why don't you sit down in this nice chair and relax as I strap you into place?
The boy obeyed without much prodding, and Dr. Oz set to work. He switched on his brain-o-matic and placed the device over the boy's skull, which was thusly carved open like a pumpkin on Hallows Eve. But alas, when Dr. Oz removed the top of the boy's skull and peered inside, he was aghast at what he found. For inside the boy's skull was a baked potato in lieu of a brain.
What the fuck? How did that get in there?
We fade into a cheering studio audience before panning around to zoom in on a 45-year-old Macaulay Culkin standing on stage. The boy wore his iconic red t-shirt with an atom on it, jeans, and big brown pointy wizard hat as he smiled and waved at his adoring fans. But not the smile you were thinking of. Nay. His visage contorted into a smirk so sinister that even yo mama could tell this guy had just done the most devious deed you could think of. Like even worse than dropping an upper decker at your local diner, drive-in, and or dive. His eyes glowed a deep shade of red, but not because he was high. Well, he was a little high, but that was not the source of the glowing. Nay, dark, evil magics were afoot.
Indeed. Anyway, hello again, everybody. It is I, beloved magic rectangle personality, Dr. Octavius Oz. But now, in the youthful body of a boy. Behold, mortals, I have ascended beyond the limits of aging. I have become the world's first boy genius. Now bask in my presence.
The crowd cheered at the sight of him, the young, nubile figure of the boy of legend. But with all the wisdom of Octavius Oz, this divine being truly was a boy genius, the first in generations. Several pairs of panties and one prosthetic leg were flung by audience members onto the stage before they finally ceased their 14-minute-long standing ovation / ovulation.
We've got a great show for you tonight, people. Hell's tips, quips, and celebrity guests guests that I shall talk to on my show. A talk show, if you will.
Talk shows had not been invented in this realm yet, so the gnomes and people and shit in the crowd lost their goddamn shit-ass minds. One guy threw his chair in the throes of euphoria.
Hey, who the fuck's throwing chairs? Yes, thank you, everyone. Drag him out into the cold for me as we give a warm round of applause to our first guest, Dr. The Boy.
The spotlight fell to the end of the stage, where a goblin dressed in jeans, a black turtleneck sweater, and round-rimmed spectacles stepped into frame. Where he was pleased to spot 6 shirtless men standing in a row, spelling out THEBOY painted across their stomachs. Dr. Theb admired their painted physiques for a moment longer and hurriedly scurried over to shake the boy genius's hand.
So nice to see you again, old chum. Love the new body. Always a pleasure, Dr. Oy. Please, call me Theb Oy. Anyway...
Boy genius anyway.
Theb Oy here is a nutritionologist, and he has developed a brand new fad diet that'll shed those pounds, shrink your muffin top, and get you fit right quick. Just in time for bikini weather. Isn't that right, Theb Oy? That is correct, Dr. Oz. Please call me Boy Genius. Yes, of course, Boy Genius. Allow me to expound. You see, when you eat food, the calories are absorbed by your body and cause all that unsightly body fat to build up around your belly and your chest and your fat fucking cock. And let's not forget those nasty double chins. That is why my top scientists and I have developed the world's first negative calorie elixir. You simply drink this concoction of naturally sourced ingredients after a meal, and it will remove all those pesky calories right out from inside your tum-tum. Introducing Dr. Theb Oy's patented, FDA approval pending negative calorie elixir. For a measly $69.98 a gallon, you too can get fit, like me!
Dr. Theb Oy, of course, had used air quotes around the word doctor for legal reasons. But none of that was about to matter in the slightest. Because let me tell you, Theb Oy removed his sweater and began flexing for the camera, and goddamn, the dude was fucking yoked. His inexplicably glistening pectorals danced to the beat of the music as that crowd did the wave in more ways than one. Let's just say that by the end of the performance, a wet floor sign had to be placed in the general vicinity of your mother on account of the major slip hazard she had just produced. That's right, your mother, you the listener, your whore mother was in the audience that fateful day. Theb Oy then calmly slipped back into his sweater, returned to his seat, and the interview continued.
So, Theb Oy, what's in this stuff that makes it so obviously effective? Ah, yes, Boy Genius, my friend. I thought you'd never ask. You see, it's a simple hand-hydrogenated blend of canola oil, corn oil, cottonseed oil, grapeseed oil, sunflower oil, soy oil, snake oil, and apple cider vinegar oil for taste.
I fucking love oil.
Then, as I stir this boiling cauldron of oils, I recite my secret spells one by one until it becomes nice and non-toxic. Wow, isn't that wonderful? It's technically edible. I sure know that I'll be drinking this stuff after every meal from now on.
He added as the camera zoomed in to a shot of Boy Genius crossing his fingers behind his back for added effect.
Be sure to stop by the gift shop after the show and purchase a gallon of Dr. The Boy's Miracle Elixir today. Thank you for coming on the show, my friend. It was a pleasure and a treasure. Indeed. Thank you for having me. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got some crowd surfing to do. Hello, boys. I'm back.
Today's episode of The Wizard's Scroll is brought to you by listeners like you. Head on over to patreon.com/thewizardscroll today for instant access to all sorts of patron-exclusive content, including, but not limited to, early access to new episodes before they're released, phone and desktop wallpapers, and a whole bunch of other shit as well. Sign up for a small monthly donation today at Patreon. That's patreon.com/thewizardscroll. And you better know how to spell that. Anyway, that's about it from this old blabbermouth. Azataz, out.
Welcome back to the show, ladies and folks. Now we're going to talk about the importance of a healthy lifestyle by taking a deep dive into our next guest's daily routine. Now let's hear it for running back of the year 6873, number 69, Orc J Simpson.
The audience cheered with such ferocity that you could tell this man had actually and truly not done anything wrong in this universe yet.
Thanks for having me, Doc. I'm so excited to finally be here on the show.
The orc said as he shook the boy genius's hand and sat on his lap for the duration of this interview.
Excellent, Mr. Simpson. Now call me Boy Genius and tell us all about your daily routine.
Well, Boy Genius, I usually start my day by waking up at 6:09 a.m. and taking a fat shit at 6:11.
Then I'll get out of bed in 6:12.
Then I'll sit there and browse my Twitter, scroll on the toilet until my legs go numb, wipe my ass, take a bong rip, and by 6:45 I'm ready for breakfast. I drink a tall glass of cold brew, get my ingredients ready, and take another shit before making my breakfast at around 7:21. Most mornings I stick with sunny side up eggs and an English muffin with butter and bubbleberry jam. I love a nice runny yolk, so I'll put the egg in the English muffin and eat it all like a big old sandwich.
An egg and jam sandwich?
Oh my good goblin Jesus, you gotta try it. I'll also toss a slice of ham and Munster cheese in there if I'm especially hungry. So anyway, then I'll swipe through Insta-scroll reels while eating my breakfast, drink another cold brew, and take a third shit at 7:40. At 7:69, I'm ready to hit the field for practice. I ride my prize white Bronco Ford from my mansion in the hills down to Wizard Flake's field. Now, don't get me wrong, Ford's an older horse and, can't quite go as fast as he used to. But he's mine, damn it. So what if my morning commute's 3 hours long? That only means I get to listen to more episodes of my favorite fucking podcast in the world, The Wizard Scroll. Also, I'm donning my iconic number 69 jersey during the ride. I usually make it to practice at around 11:30 and get a good sweat in before we break for lunch at 12:15. I love me a good hoagie for lunch. Honey roasted turkey's my favorite. It's got the protein that a big, strong guy like me needs. Then I'll top it with spinach, sweet peppers, pepper jack cheese, mayo, and sriracha. Take a bite, take a sip of cold brew, take a bong rip, take another shit, take another bong rip. I'm usually done with lunch by 1:03. Then we hit the field for stretches. Now you see, it's very important to give your muscles a good stretch every once in a while. So the rest of the Wangtown Ore Miners and I go through a rigorous yoga routine that stretches every muscle on our bodies. Unfortunately, this includes the facial muscles, which in combination with the rest of my cold brew from earlier, usually makes me have to go take a shit. By the time I make it off the toilet this time, it's like 3:30 for some reason. Practice is already over, so I hop on Ford and we head down to the studio to record episodes of Yerkslin's Funniest Home Videos. At 4:20, I light a fat doobie while riding down the freeway on my Bronco Ford, which one time got the chops involved. Old Ford and I gave him a heck of a chase, though. We're talking 7, maybe 8 miles per hour, baby. They followed us around until I smoked our entire joint, at which point they dispersed because I was no longer in possession of wizardweed and therefore wasn't doing anything wrong anymore. We get to the studio by 5 o'clock sharp. Thankfully, if I need to have another several bowel movements here, we do have a toilet rigged up in front of a green screen that I can do my business on while still recording. Anyway, recording wraps up around 6:30, and I take Ford through the McDonald's drive-thru next door for some McLobsters and filet mignon.
I do not recall ever seeing those on the menu of my local McDonald's establishment, Orc J. Are you pulling my leg?
Oh, it's real. You just gotta be in the know, you know? Anyway, yeah, I get the food, then I call the Centaur Uber to take me and Ford back home. We usually get home by like 7:10, so I take a fat blinker on my oil bond to commemorate the occasion.
I've heard about this 710. What exactly does it mean, Orc J?
Look at the number 710 upside down. Now, what word does that look like?
I fucking love oil.
Ah, I see. That's quite clever.
So yeah, then I take some gummy edibles, rip bongs some more, and watch some Magic Rectangle shows for 3 hours. Then I'll drift effortlessly off to sleep before forgetting I hadn't brushed my teeth yet. So I go do that, drink a tall glass of cold brew, and go back to bed, where I'll lie awake trying to fall back asleep for hours. And that's a typical day in the life of good old Orc J Simpson.
What an astounding daily routine you have there, Mr. Simpson. As a certified boy genius, however, I would advise you to get more fiber in your diet and maybe cool it with the cold brew for a little while. Now, would you please get off my lap?
Orc J Simpson obeyed, rising to his feet only to reveal a big brown stain on his left trouser.
Goodbye, boy genius. Congrats on the new body, by the way. Now you're marginally younger than you were before.
You know what they say, 45 is the new 65. We're gonna cut to commercial so I can change my pants. Right now.
How many times has this happened to you? You shit your pants live on stage while sitting on another man's lap. Hi, my name is Orc J Simpson, here with a fantastic new product that'll get those brown stains right out. Introducing Brown Out, with a formula specifically designed for fecal matter, so those stains don't stand a chance. It gets the poop off of all sorts of fabrics with ease. Cotton, silk, polyester, even leather. It gets the gunk off without a trace, making your dirty underoos good as new and saving you money. Order right now and I'll double the discount. That's 2 bottles of Brown Out for the price of 1 for the next 5 minutes only. And remember, Brown Out gets the brown out.
Welcome back to the Dr. Oz Show, everyone. I'm Dr. Octavius Oz, a.k.a. Boy Genius, and for our final segment...
Boy Genius produced a cold baked potato from the coffee table before him and held it before the studio audience.
We shall discuss the health benefits of potatoes. Now, the humble spud usually gets a bad rep due to the unhealthy methods people use to prepare them. French fries are a good example. The potatoes are peeled, sliced into thin strips, then deep fried in boiling oil.
I fucking love oil.
And what about mashed potatoes? You gotta add so much salt, butter, and mayonnaise to get a good mashed tater. It's no wonder they're the culprit of so much weight gain around Thanksgiving time. Well, here's the thing, ladies and folks. You can simply bake your potato instead, and all those unhealthy oils and fatty additives are no longer a problem.
Audience members gasped and cheered at this revelation. Talk shows? Baked potatoes? What prophetic wisdom would spout from the boy genius's lips next?
In reality, this little thing is packed with nutrients. We're talking vitamin C, we're talking good old vitamin B6, got me feeling so fine like a B6 baby. Potassium, manganese, magnesium, phosphorus, fuck yeah, baby. Let me tell you, ladies and folks, this child's brain, I mean potato, it's got all the vitamins and minerals a boy genius like me craves. Yum, yum, give me some. Now, the most important part is to eat the skin as well. That's where most of the nutritional value comes from.
Like the mighty Saturn, boy genius devoured the plain, cold, baked potato in his clutches. He chomped, and he chewed, and he swallowed his meal. And when nothing remained, he resorted to licking his fingies for any remaining trace of the boy he could find. And then something peculiar happened.
Now behold, puny mortals, as I, Doctor, in air quotes, Now behold, puny mortals, as I, Doctor, in air quotes, Octavius Oz, finally complete my ascension into godhood, indeed. Wait. Oh no. Oh, that doesn't feel good at all. I think I'm
Dr. Oz's brain started melting out from all of his holes right there on stage, leaving dark, bloody streaks leaking down from the boy's eyeballs, ear holes, and other unsavory orifices, including his nipples somehow. Panic and shock rang out from the audience members, who even ceased carrying Dr. Theb around in the excitement. They all gasped in perfect synchronicity at the sight of the boy before them, who at long last turned to the camera and said, Finn.
The Fable and Folly Network, where fiction producers flourish.